Father
Romo.
He is the secretary of.
Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to meet
morning.
you.
How are you?
Yeah, fine. Thank
Very
you.
good. Thank
Yeah.
you for having us.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Welcome.
Nama saya Jing.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Hello. Welcome.
All of us.
Yeah. For documentation. Irene.
Yes, this one here. Yes. Yes, we are meeting the result.
Okay.
Because he lives in Bandung.
Okay.
Bandung is West Java. So I think that we need 14 minutes or 5 minutes.
No problem.
No problem.
Yes, we're early. We're a little bit early.
Yeah.
Good.
This is the first institution you visit or?
I have visited Jakarta before,
Or
but this is first formal visit. Yeah, as the commissioner. But I came here before in my other capacities.
yeah. 3 years man, you here, yeah?
Yeah, it was a few months
3
ago.
months ago.
Yeah.
I think that in December.
November.
December.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I had not been here very long, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
felt very
yeah.
welcomed by KWI. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, he Father Budi Purnomo, working at the Commission for Interreligions and also religious freedom. So I think that we have many experiences to about the religious freedom in Indonesia and also in the Central Java, especially because he comes from Central Java.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
From Semarang Archdiocese.
yeah.
That's good. So how is the interreligious collaboration here?
Yeah, in general, everything is okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the interreligious dialogue, you're focusing on dialogue, partnership, or what is the focus?
Yeah, we have working together for daily life dialogue and then working together for prosperity from Indonesia, and then in the elite level, the leader, we work together, and then in the grassroots level, we also working together for economical action.
Oh, that's good. So you have actual like service project you do together.
Dialogue not only talking each other, but
Yeah.
also working together.
Working together.
at the grassroots level.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's always good when you work together. You establish that trust.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
between different religions and all of that. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Dialogue is very important because we have 6 religions.
In Indonesia.
In
yes,
Indonesia.
yes, I'm aware of that. Yeah.
Yes, the diversity of religion is need the togetherness to work together
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
in many things.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Six religion is official according to the constitution, but we have so many
Other religions.
believers, yeah,
Neighbors, yeah.
indigenous people.
Yeah.
We have around more than 1,000 in Indonesia.
That's interesting. You know, it's natural because I'm Muslim myself.
Yeah,
In our religion, that we believe that God mentioned specific religions and prophets in the scripture, and there are some prophets that he did not narrate them to us. We don't know them. So the other religions that are not mentioned might be from those prophets that are not narrated. That's why it's so important, to give that religious freedom. And when people are believing, we need to just respect that. Yeah, so it's good to say. So how was the Interreligious Council, the Commission, the 6 recognized religions, they are part of that. But how is your relationship with the other religions that are not in the council or in the commission?
Yeah.
How you deal with them?
We call this commission in Bishop Conference Commission for Interreligious
The
and Belief.
unbelief.
Yes, that's
Wonderful.
not only among the religious people according to the religion, the official, but also everybody who include in the indigenous people as believers.
Yes. That's very good. You know, we in the United States, we started our dialogue with the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops 30 years ago.
30 years.
Yeah, as a Muslim communities. So we have a national dialogue and we have regional dialogues as well. So with the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, so we discuss topics in each dialogue. So for instance, religion in public square,
Yeah.
what the Catholicism is saying about it, what Islam is saying about it, religious freedom in both traditions, the right of neighbors, even we discuss violence in both traditions, how is violence in Islam looks like, and how is violence in Catholicism. So this whole work, it came up with a book. Yeah, we have the book in the Conference of Catholic Bishops in the US, talking about our dialogue. So we have the East Coast dialogue, we have the West Coast dialogue, and then we have the national dialogue, and we have the Midwest dialogue. It happens every year. Yeah, between the Catholic communities and the Muslim communities.
Yeah, in Indonesia we call it theological dialogue
Theological dialogue.
among the leaders,
Yes.
and then what we speak in the elite level,
Yes.
we bring to the grassroots level
Yes,
for
yes.
working together.
How do you do that? Because this elite dialogue, it's always challenging to trickle down the
Yeah.
grassroots. Tell me how you do that. I want to benefit.
So in Indonesia,
Yeah.
we have 6 religion, and every religion we call it organization mass, organisasi massa.
What is that?
Muhammadiyah, Nahdlatul Ulama,
Yes.
and then Buddhism, Hinduism, Confucianism, and Protestant. And among the leader, we talk each other about how we can engage the dialogue in the concrete action based on the perspective on each religion, and then we try to working together in the grassroots level. For example, we have young leaders, Muhammadiyah, Nahdlatul Ulama, Hindu, Buddha, and Konghucu. Each of them have young organization, and then among the young organization, we even declare a declaration on August last year, before the Pope Francis came to Indonesia. The young people went to Vatican, and then we signed together the Declaration of Jakarta, Vatican. The core is we want to follow the Pope Francis' legacy in eco-theological interreligious, to care the earth as our home together.
Yes.
Then we together we learn about Laudato Si as a theological perspective, And then, based on the Laudato Si encyclical, we work together to plant tree, to make clean water. For example, young
Yeah.
people working together
Yeah, yeah.
on this.
That's good. I mean, that's the best way to strengthen relationship, working together. Yeah.
We also have Interfaith Harmony Forum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Insists some religion leaders, and it is in the central government and also in the local government. So I think it is important also to make the situation more serenity. Sometimes if there are a conflict, so this forum is come to make talk together
To address the
and
issues.
yes,
Yeah.
and try to look for the way out to solve this problem.
I see. And this-
Harmony, interfaith harmony forum.
Just like
FKOB.
FKOB.
Yeah, FKOB.
I see.
Who's a local
So this is like a national or just here in Jakarta?
National and
National.
local.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
There's an office in the Ministry of Religious Affairs that works with all the local groups, right?
I see. In the Minister of Religious Affairs, there's an office for this.
In the ministry.
Okay.
And also there is a ministry for religion.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that US don't have this minister for religion.
No, we don't.
Only Indonesia.
We have to manage.
maybe. Yes.
We have a clear separation between church and state in the
Yeah.
United States, you know. So we don't have Minister of Religious Affairs, but we do have Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom. So we have that in the State Department, and of course we have the Commission for International Religious Freedom as well. So that's what we have. So, but we don't have we separate clearly between church and state. So our government cannot establish one religion. So we have every citizen in the United States. You are free to practice what you believe. Yeah.
I think that in US also there is no conflict based on religion or conflict based on ethnic. Yeah.
So it's always where we don't claim that we're not a perfect society. We have our own problems. Right? We have our own problems but we try to address those problems as well. But the freedom of religion or belief for us is so critical for everyone to pronounce what they believe in, regardless of any fear of persecution or anything else.
Yeah.
He is Bishop.
Bishop.
Great to see you again.
Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Bishop.
Hello, Bishop.
Yeah.
Yes,
How are you?
hello.
Thank you.
It's just come from Bandung.
We need the next first.
Yeah, actually I want to set at 10 o'clock. But 11 o'clock we have already
Yeah.
Nice.
program.
I see.
Welcome, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really a pleasure to visit.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, we have just discussed about religious freedom in Indonesia. So Father
Budi has explained it.
yeah, Secretary Executive of the Commission for Religion.
Yeah.
And also, please continue if you want to say something to my president or president.
No, definitely. I mean, Bishop, thank you so much, Bishop Subianto. We're so happy to
Yeah,
visit
thank you very much.
Indonesia. And I want to just thank you for having us here. My name is Mohamed Elsanousi.
Yes.
I'm a commissioner serving in States Commission on International Religious Freedom. I was appointed by President Biden
Yes.
last year,
Yes.
but I still continue to serve
Yes.
under this administration, Mr. President Trump as well.
Yes.
So I'm so happy to be here, and then I have my colleagues, this is yourself.
It's wonderful to meet you, Bishop. My name is Ming Chu Chen, I'm the policy advisor at USERV.
Yes.
Nama saya Jean. I'm a policy analyst at USERV. I cover Indonesia, Malaysia.
Okay. Yeah.
We have met before. Bishop Subianto, good to see you again. Reed from the political section of the embassy. Yeah.
Oh yes. Thank you.
So Bishop, I just want to really begin by offering our condolences.
Yes. Thank you very
For
much.
the passing of the Holy Father. It's, you know, the Holy Father, I personally met with him several times.
Good.
Yes, in the Vatican. Even our last engagement was 2 years ago.
Yes.
We had a dialogue in the Vatican on AI ethics. Yes, between the Orthodox Jewish communities and Muslim communities and the Catholic. And we met in the Vatican, we met with the Holy Father. He gave us his advice on how we should bring ethics
Yes.
to emerging technologies,
Yes.
particularly AI and all of that. So that was my last meeting
Okay.
with him. But before that, we met in a number. So it's really was a wonderful, you know, religious leaders and you know, Holy Father to not only the Catholic
Yes.
communities, but he was people's,
Yes,
you know,
that's right.
basically Pope. So we really want to offer our condolences. We at USERV, we issued a press release actually to send our condolences to Catholic communities and to the religious communities and to the communities of the world.
Yes.
We issued this press release just want to begin by that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
And I saw also President Trump
Yes.
at Vatican. I was there as well.
You were there,
Yeah.
okay. Good, yes, the president went there, of course. And the vice president, J.D. Vance, he met with the Holy Father just a few hours
That's right.
before he passed away.
Yes.
So he was in Rome,
Yeah.
in his way to India. He met with the Holy Father just a few hours before that. So our relationship really is very strong.
And President Joe Biden also.
Yes, Joe Biden,
attended
of course, and the
funeral.
funeral ceremony
Yeah.
as well. I saw that.
He's wonderful.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think you know, Pope Francis played a major role, particularly at this time, as a Pope of the people, and he brought the interreligious communities back to what religion should do
Yes.
for vulnerable communities. I think his message was quite strong in that direction, and we will continue his legacy
Thank you very much.
to that. But we're visiting USERV, the United States Commission on International Religious Freedom. It's a government agency, non-partisan.
Yes.
We're independent agency.
Yes.
We are not the State Department,
Yes.
although we have a close relationship. So it has 9 commissioners. The 9 commissioners appointed by the President of the United States, by the speakers of the House, and by the majority and minority leaders in the United States Senate.
Yes.
So 9 of us, Republican and Democrats,
Oh.
appointed by Republican administration and Democrats, we work
Oh,
together.
wonderful.
This is one of the issues that of religious freedom that we agree on.
Yes.
This is one of the, so we all work together to advance religious freedom. So 9 of us, and we advise the President of the United States, on religious freedom issues, we recommend to the Secretary of States as well as Congress as well. We advise the Congress on the state of religious freedoms around the world.
Yes.
And we look into religious freedom, you know, around the world and the state of religious freedom, and we look into countries to see which country that really violates religious freedom, and we recommend to the State Department which country should be designated as a country of particular concerns where the religious freedom violation is ongoing, systematic, and egregious.
Yes.
So there are certain countries that we recommend them to be in the countries of particular concerns. And there are countries that we put them in the watch list. Those are countries that we think religious freedom is in violations is ongoing and systematic as well. And we also have actions as well. So we issue an annual report. We just issued our report actually in March, which is talking about the state of religious freedom around the world, the way that the usurp actually see it. Beside that, we visit countries, we meet with the government officials, we try to collaborate with countries to improve the state of religious freedom as well. And because if religious freedom is strong and everybody enjoying the religious freedom in their countries, that's what we want. It makes the country strong and it makes us strong in the United States, because we see religious freedom is really a fundamental human rights based aspect that will reflect positively, you know, in everything in life. That's why we look into that. So our visit to Indonesia and to Jakarta and meeting with all of you, we just want to learn from you to know how things are going in terms of religious freedom. I understand in Indonesia there are 6 recognized religions, and there are other religions also that are not necessarily recognized. So those 6 recognized religions, we understand that you enjoy certain kind of protection because of that recognition, but also there are some problems.
Yes.
And we want to learn more about the problems, that if you can just educate us about that and see how we could be helpful as well.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I think Father Budi has already explained about religious freedom. That in general, we have a good religious freedom and we enjoy religious freedom. And the Holy Father has a very good impression when he visited Indonesia. So he told during lunch, dinner, around the table at Vatican to the Cardinal about Indonesia. Because I said, how is it possible that Indonesia, with majority Muslim, the Catholic can grow well and can enjoy ceremony and welcome the Holy Father. Even along the street, there are many Muslims who waved the Holy Father, greeted him, Papa Francisco, Papa Francisco, even though they don't know where he is and what kind of face he is. So when I passed behind his car, and they, oh, Papa Francisco, I just said, no. Yeah, so very interesting. And the Holy Father told me as well, after his visit, I visited him, and he thought, I'm happy in Indonesia because we enjoy religious freedom in Indonesia. But in some, as you have already told, in some places we still have violation of religion, not because of the government. If the official apply the regulation, we will have religious freedom totally. But some official don't dare to apply the regulation. That's why
The implementation.
yes, the implementation of the law.
I see.
Yeah, that's why in some places, Catholics, Christian, Protestant.
What are the specific examples?
For example, in my place in Bandung,
Macam
in
mana?
Bandung, but recently, no, we are still struggling.
Yes, in
Yeah,
Bandung.
in
So
Bandung.
Can you describe that
Yeah.
struggle? What kind
Yes.
of struggle?
For example, we could not celebrate Eucharist during Easter season and also on Sunday now.
And how big is the community in Bandung?
100,000
Wow.
Catholics. But in one place is only one place is about 2,000 people. They have a function room, hall that we use to celebrate the Eucharist. Normally we can do it, but one day there is one certain small group try to stop the ceremony and forbid them. And we try to negotiate it with the government as well, with the official. The official said yes, we try to do that, but we have also to understand that what people ask us to do. So there's a conflict, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a conflict
Yeah.
until now.
Until now.
Yeah,
That issue is not resolved yet.
not resolved yet.
What role the federal government, the
Yeah,
President
yeah.
office, what role they have in this
From
situation?
the Ministry of
Religious
the Human Rights
Human rights, okay.
came to Bandung, visited us, gathered all the official.
This is the current minister.
Yes,
or the
it
previous
is
one?
current minister, Natalius Pigai,
Okay.
Mr. Natalius Pigai.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah, we will meet them.
Yes,
We
no,
have
you meet,
meeting.
yes,
We
will,
yes,
we will.
yeah, and he sent some official,
Okay.
yeah, director, one director and one staff,
Mhm.
and we talk together because this is about human rights, how
Yeah.
people express their belief,
Yeah.
and we are ready.
So that's clear example. Any other examples that you can give us?
So I think in some places,
Yeah.
Pada Budi, perhaps in West Java as well, in Middle Java as well, yeah.
So also.
In some
But
places,
for Protestant,
yeah,
Okay.
all Protestant. So it is still very difficult to build a church,
Okay.
even Protestant. They said, okay, as far as you do not build a church, we are peaceful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are peaceful.
So-
But when you try to ask a permission to build a new church, it is a problem for some group.
Okay. Even if you are recognized and registered.
Yes,
So to
Yeah.
build the house
Yes.
of worship is
Yes.
a problem.
yes.
How long it takes? How long it takes to get the permission?
Wise. Good. For example,
Yeah.
in my diocese in Bandung,
Yeah.
there is one church they got permission after 17 years.
17 years.
17 years.
They get the permission
Yes.
to build.
Yes.
Wow, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And usually the law to get the permission normally if
3 months is.
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months.
So if I want to build a mosque,
Yeah. Oh, 1 week.
look at that.
Maybe
So
with
this
permission.
So this is what we see as a problem,
Yes.
right? Because there cannot be any discriminations
Yes.
between religious communities. Why we discriminate?
Yes.
All of you Indonesian citizens.
That's right.
So it should not be discriminated. That's
Yes.
why I'm asking
Yes,
these
yes.
questions
Yes.
because it helps us to understand what is the situation. So now you pointed out the construction of worship place or building a church is a big problem. 17 years is just too long.
Yes. I think there is some cases
Yeah.
more than 17 years, yeah. For example, in Lubang Buaya, I think in Jakarta itself,
Yeah.
there is one parish that got permission, I guess, more than 20 years.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
these specific examples are very helpful
Yes.
for us. Because when we talk to government in Indonesia,
Yeah.
it's good to mention
Yes,
these
yes,
specific
yes, yes, you
examples.
can mention it.
And the purpose really, why we raise these questions, the main reason and the purpose, we want a strong Indonesia.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
want a
yes.
strong,
Yes.
stable Indonesia. That's why we raise these questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not because of the
So
government.
you gave us now 3 examples. You said here in Jakarta, and then Bandung your own.
Bandung, in
And then
Diocese of Samarang, you have experience.
Semarang, we have no experience, but for Protestant church, yes.
Yeah.
For Catholic, no.
No, for
Purwokerto
Protestant.
is very easy to
Yeah.
have permission.
Particularly in West Java,
In West
kalau Muslim is very strong.
strong in what that.
Oh, fundamentalist
Okay.
comes from West
Radicalism
Java.
perspective.
So there are some places in West Java
West Java.
become a kind of a
They're
home.
Salafi, they're Salafi kind adopting like the Wahhabi ideology. Or
Yes, there are
Okay.
some places.
some of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our relationship with Muslim very good,
Yes.
very
I'm
good.
glad to hear.
Yeah,
that.
very good in West Java as well.
Yeah.
I have a good relationship with them, but society,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
this
more
local society.
But the local society usually would like to see a leadership
Yes,
to lead.
because Muslim has also many fractions,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I understand.
many groups.
Yeah.
And said, no, he is not my leader. He's
Yeah.
not our leader.
Yeah.
We have our own leader.
That's the problem we have for Muslims around the world. Because we don't have Pope.
That's right.
We
In
don't
Catholic we have bishop. Bishop said, no,
I know.
no.
You have Pope, you have Bishop, you have a hierarchy. We don't have that.
Yeah.
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 And even some moderate Muslim leaders suffer from
Yes,
them.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if he or she
Mm.
doesn't suffer, his or her family who suffer from the tension coming from them, pressure from the society.
Yeah.
Very small, actually. But our government official wonderful, but
Yeah.
some don't dare to
Yeah.
implement the
Mm.
regulation. If they dare,
Yeah.
I think,
Definitely.
yeah, like the previous former governor of Jakarta, Ahok. Yeah. Oh, Ahok, he dare. What is the regulation? Yeah,
You need to follow the law.
yeah, you have to need to follow. He is Christian.
He's a
He
Christian.
is Christian because I think the first Christian
Christian
governor
governor.
Yeah.
in Jakarta.
In Jakarta.
Well,
That
but
is-
he
that
was
is-
accused of
Blasphemy.
blasphemy as well.
Oh, wow.
Blasphemy.
Split of the
He
tongue.
put in jail 2 years. 2 years, yeah.
2 years.
Because of very difficult.
How you're reading of the previous government and this Prabhu administration in terms of religious freedom?
I hope that Prabowo will be better because he comes from military background,
Okay.
And Christian background also.
Christian background as well.
Mhm.
Christian background. His family Christian. His mother is Christian. His brother now who is very influential in his life also Christian. Yeah. And particularly if we have a the official coming from military,
Yeah.
normally they have a sense of nationality, a very good sense of nationality.
See.
Yeah.
You know that's good. So you have hope that
Oh, yeah, yes, yes.
That's very good to know. Yeah. My colleague, please, if you have
Yes.
questions.
Thank you, Bishop, and other fathers who are willing to host us and discuss these important issues. I think Commissioner Elsanousi asked a lot of good questions, leaving me with a little question to ask. Including the question related to the Prabowo administration and what you're looking at. I'm just curious, in terms of we touched on the issue of blasphemy. For the Catholic Church, maybe even speak about the Christian communities, including Protestants in Indonesia as a whole. What are some of the challenges when it comes to blasphemy? We talked about the case of Ahok, the former governor of Jakarta. Are there any such cases impacting your communities in Indonesia, throughout Indonesia? Specifically, but you could also talk about other related blasphemy cases that's also impacting. Other Christian groups.
We have some cases, yeah. For example, if we criticize about the loud of the voice of the mosque, can be also treated as one of
The
problem. Yeah. For example, the adhan, yeah.
Yeah.
For example, in Sumatra, there was a woman, a lady, who asked to lower down the voice, the volume. She was put in jail. Yeah. And this the official also concerned about that, and they were very sorry about this because the pressure from the society.
So they consider that as a blasphemy because she just asked that question.
Yeah. That is one of very simple from ordinary people. Yeah.
So she put in jail. She went through the process. So the court convicted her.
Yes.
And put her in jail for how long?
Yes, I don't know for how
18
long.
months.
She knows better.
She follows very closely.
Yeah. That's right.
Meliana.
Meliana.
Yeah.
Meliana.
Yeah.
Tanjung
So
Balai
at that
case,
time,
yeah.
I did at the time, President Jokowi visited us here and we spoke to him about the sponsor. He said, I'm very sorry. It is because about the police. Why this case is put forward to the court? The policeman, the police office should cut this case. It is become a society or local problem. It is not a legal problem. But the policeman put into the legal problem.
So Bishop, that is why we always encourage training for law enforcement. They need to be trained. So, and this is something that that we encourage countries when we visit. We call it sensitivity trainings.
Yes.
So the law enforcement, in fact, actually, I just recommended not from the USERF and this form of capacity, but there is a sensitivity training now going on in Kazakhstan, which I will be visiting very soon. So I think it's always good when that happens. Maybe you will ask the government. Maybe we need to have a sensitivity trainings and education for law enforcement officials. We do that in our own country. As I said, we're not perfect. So when we have our FBI or law enforcement, we give them sensitivity trainings, how to understand the evidence. Yeah, we do that. You know, where at the time that we see issues of anti-Semitism and Islamophobia are rising. So we do sensitivity training to law enforcement in our own country so that they know. So when the police is faced with that situation, he understands.
Yes. That I think the problem is not in Muslim majority, even in Bali, in Hindus majority. Also, there is some problem. Yeah. And in some
Catholic majority.
Catholic, some. But fortunately, in Catholic community, there is a bishop who said, no, you have to allow that and to support to build a mosque. And if the bishop says that, people follow. Yeah. But tension, there is something from the society. From the people in the majority. Not about Muslim as well. Yeah. Of course, there are many cases about Muslim because majority, but in Bali, Hindus, in Nusa Tenggara, Timur, Catholic, in Maluku. But Maluku, we have a good bishop, who support to build to help to build the mosque. There is an island, for example. There is an island. He visited island, and there is some small Muslim community. In order to have a Jumatan, Friday service, the people, Muslim people, should walk some kilometers. And the bishop said, why don't you help them to build a mosque here? But in some cases, there are some also very strong Christian or Catholic.
I mean, it is, that's why education is always very important.
Yes.
You know, people need to be educated.
Yes.
Even those Muslims who are objecting or not supporting the church, they need education. They need a Muslim leaders, and I'm going to say this to Minister Umar. I know he visited Washington last year.
Umar is very good.
So the Muslim need to be educated because accommodating religious communities that are not Muslim is not something new. So Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, 1400 years ago, when the Christian of Najran visited him in his mosque and they wanted to pray.
That's right.
What did he do? He gave them a section of the mosque to pray.
That's right.
1400 years ago. So then what is the problem? So that's why we need to engage in that
Yeah.
education, educating our communities that this is our tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Father Budi has many experience, yeah, in relation with the Muslim and also send some people, young people to Rome. Yeah. Could you tell
I have
us? Oh, you have already.
About Jakarta Vatican Declaration
Yes.
among people, interreligious people with the Pope in Vatican.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's really good. I mean, the Pope, the Holy Father, he established and he actually advanced the interreligious movement so much. It's just unbelievable. He took us to a very far stage, and we need to just continue from there. When he visited Central African Republic, it was in 2016, I believe, or 17. Central African Republic, there was a war going on. It's a civil war.
Yes.
The war was not religious, but involved Christian and Muslims. But the Holy Father decided to visit Central Africa. It's a war zone. The international communities told him not to go. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
The MONUSCO, that is the UN mission there, they told him not to go. All right. The French troops on the ground, they said, no, we can't provide security to the Holy Father.
Yes.
Sant'Egidio, you know
Yes,
very
yes.
well. Do you know Mauro?
Yes.
Yes, Mauro.
Mauro.
Mauro is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Sant'Egidio, through their relationship, they have an insider mediator woman who was able to obtain 24 hours ceasefire
No.
between the anti-Balaka and Seneca
Yes.
to allow the Holy Father to visit. And the
Wonderful.
international community is an insider mediator.
Yeah.
The Holy Father, he said when he was in Banki, he decided to go to the central mosque where the problems, right,
Yes.
is a big problem, the majority. They told him, no, don't go there, it's dangerous. He said, no, I want to go. He went to the main mosque
Yeah.
and met with the Imam,
Yes.
and he said, faith over fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Faith,
Wonderful.
yeah. So you have these beautiful examples, we just need to follow. I think our time, our dim is time.
A few more minutes.
Three,
Go ahead, 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes. I want to make sure that, our next with Jean.
Is there a question for Bishop?
Jean is our expert.
Yeah, okay.
So I do all the courtesies,
It's
but
okay.
Jean she has the hard questions.
Because I'm late. 15 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, we can also. Okay. But okay.
Yeah, so I was wondering, have you seen the trend of intolerance growing over the years? Is it getting better or is it getting worse?
Now tolerance is getting better.
Oh,
So
okay.
intolerance is decreasing.
Okay.
Intolerance. Yes.
Throughout the country.
Yes, yes. Now it's better.
In general,
Yeah. In general, also we feel better. It's improving tolerance because I think the last minister religions they promote moderation of religion
Okay.
and
Moderation of
tolerance
religion.
and even the 2022 become the year of moderation of religion and tolerance. And from that time, we try to promote and implement what kind of moderation of religion
I see.
we want to have.
I see.
Yes, and now better, yeah. I enjoy, yeah. Also in the society, yeah. Yeah.
That's good to hear.
And also in the government. And because of the government is very significant, so their role is very significant.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they show leadership,
And also the minister of religion, yeah. He is
Imam.
also the grand imam.
of the.
Yeah.
Yes, of the religion. But when he kissed his head, become problem for some. Many people are very happy. Catholics are happy, Muslims are happy, but some are criticizing him.
I know. And this is you would find that You will see that in the Muslim communities because they need education again. They need education because when you look into Islam as a religion, what is Islam basically? Islam is actually reinforcing the messages came before Islam. What are these messages? It is Judaism and Christianity. So we reinforce exactly the same message that came before us. That understanding need to be promoted, particularly in Muslim majority communities. And Indonesia, as the largest Muslim country, they should play a major role in this, and they are actually situated to do that. What message you want us to convey to the government on religious freedom when we meet with them?
We are happy. Yeah.
We're happy. I can
we
see that
can
you're
say.
happy. That's a good message. But I want to send a message that to help to even promote religious freedom, to make it even better.
Yes. We are happy. We enjoy religious freedom, but you have to force the official to implement regulations. Yeah, particular
Like the Minister of Justice.
all the ministers.
Okay.
Because some ministers, even though there is no relation with religion, but they influence. Yeah, in some cases. Yeah. For example, we have also some minister from strong Muslim who is not moderate. It become problem in implementing.
The Minister of what?
Ada yang PKS, minister. Example yang sekarang. Last time lah ya. From last time.
Orang-orang minister sendiri.
In the Jakut,
Yeah, that was visible. Yeah, yeah. But not the minister of religion. But other minister. Particularly from certain private party who is very strong. Yeah.
But do you feel that sometimes these government officials, they do things to cater to constituents, to their communities? Because if maybe they're gonna lose the support from communities.
Yes, they
don't believe in it.
No, they are afraid. They don't get continuous support from
Yes.
the group. That's the problem. And we sometimes understand their position.
Yes.
Even though in
but that should not compromise the principles.
That's right.
You have to have the principles.
Actually, our government acknowledge not only 6 religions, but also local belief.
Yes.
There are 7 actually.
7.
Yeah, 6 religions and local beliefs.
So I asked Imam Umar last year in Washington. I told him Indonesia recognizes 6 religions.
Yes.
But what about the others? How they gonna practice their rights? Because in the ID you can't write the religion. They write others. In the formal IDs.
Yes.
Those if you are not recognized, if you are not recognized as from the 6, then in the national ID, if I am not in the 6, they put me as the other. Why I am the other? I have a religion.
Since Megawati President, we have formal
Why don't write my religion?
Yeah. No.
What do you say to that?
believers,
No,
kepercayaan.
No, believers.
Yeah.
But
Not
believers,
Islam, not Christian, not Muslim, but kepercayaan.
But if I am a believer, but I have a different belief outside of these 6,
Yes,
I want my belief to be also known.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
General,
They are
Believer.
No, but if I have a specific name, I believe.
sudah begitu.
Like how would you
Yes. There are some believers, for example, Sunda
Yes,
Wibisa,
yeah.
Java, but
Yeah.
they don't mention it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Kepercayaan. How do you call a believer?
Belief.
Belief.
Local belief.
Belief.
local
Yeah.
belief.
Local belief. Yeah.
There are many local belief.
A few 2 weeks ago, there was Ahmadiyah here.
Ahmadiyah.
Came here. Ahmadiyah group
Yes.
came here. Ahmadiyah is a small Muslim community
Yes. Where
in
we-
Indonesia
Yeah.
who are suffering as well
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
from other Muslim group.
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah. Some of the groups actually, they don't even consider them Muslims. That's the problem.
Yes.
Well, Bishop, thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much.
I really appreciate
Yeah.
your time and having us here,
Yeah.
and enjoy the discussion.
Yes, thank you very
And,
much.
we also value our relationship with the Bishop Conference here, and the purpose is really we just want to benefit our communities, and we every day we strive for perfection. We're not perfect.
I think your visit is a blessing for us to enforce our government
Thank you.
to implement religious freedom
Yes.
as we wish.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. And I see you right much. So.
Always writing things for us.
20 minutes. Thank you so much for having
Thank you
us.
so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope to see you again.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have you
I always use bath as a national.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Have you visited United States?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Many times.
Many times.
Yeah.
So when you visit next time,
Yes.
we would like you to visit us in the youth service.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Muhammad Elsanousi.
Yes,
Yeah, Indonesian.
So I have family here.
So, if you said I come from eastern part,
Okay.
people believe.
Believe me.
Selamat pagi. Oh yeah.
Should I say that? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Let's take it.
Thank you.
Let's take it.
So in you.
I'm not sure we're allowed
Thank you.
to take his things.